Imagine, if you will, standing at the precipice of adulthood, your mind brimming with the mysteries of the cosmos, only to be told that your physical vessel, your means of exploring this universe, would fail you within a mere 2 years. Picture the weight of that pronouncement, the cosmic irony of a mind poised to unlock secrets of space and time, suddenly tethered to a rapidly diminishing horizon. This isn't a thought experiment from a distant galaxy. This was the stark reality faced by a young man named Stephen Hawking. A reality he would not just confront, but transcend in ways that continue to ripple through the very fabric of our understanding. That's the story we embark upon today, the saga of Stephen Hawking, a mind so incandescent, so fiercely undeterred that it reshaped the landscape of modern science, forever altering our perception of black holes, the arrow of time, and the grand, sweeping narrative of the universe itself. His intellect became a beacon, cutting through the darkness of the unknown, even as his own physical world contracted. He showed us that the most profound explorations are not limited by flesh and bone, but by the scope of our imagination and the courage of our inquiry. Join me, Prajwal Gurung, as we journey through the life of this extraordinary individual. We'll look not just at the equations and the theories, but at the human spirit that propelled them. We'll explore how a seemingly insurmountable challenge became the crucible in which one of humanity's greatest scientific minds was forged, a mind that dared to ask the biggest questions, and in doing so, brought us all a little closer to the cosmos. Prepare to be inspired to question and to marvel at the power of human curiosity. Our story begins not in the swirling nebulae of distant galaxies, but in Oxford, England, on January 8, 1942, precisely 300 years after the death of Galileo, another titan who reshaped our cosmic address. Born into a family of thinkers, young Stephen William Hawking was immersed in an environment where intellectual curiosity was not just encouraged, but was the very air they breathed. His father, a medical researcher, and his mother, a woman of keen intellect, fostered a home where questions were welcomed and the pursuit of knowledge was paramount. This early nurturing, this constant exposure to the process of inquiry, undoubtedly laid the foundational stones for the monumental intellectual edifice he would later construct, brick by painstaking brick, idea by brilliant idea. As a schoolboy, Stephen was, by his own admission, not always the most diligent student in the conventional sense. His brilliance, however, simmered just beneath the surface, occasionally bubbling up in flashes of insight that hinted at the profound intellect within. He was drawn, almost magnetically, to the elegant certainties of mathematics and the fundamental questions posed by physics. It was here, in the language of numbers and the laws that govern reality, that his mind found its true playground. He sought to understand the how and why of existence, a quest that would lead him from the familiar classrooms of St. Albans School to the hallowed halls of University College, Oxford, where he pursued a degree in natural science, a path that would soon steer him towards the very edges of known physics. The transition to Cambridge for his doctoral studies in cosmology marked a pivotal moment. It was here, amidst the intellectual ferment of one of the world's leading centers for theoretical physics, that Hawking began to truly grapple with the grandest questions: the origin of the universe, the nature of time, the enigmatic darkness of black holes. Even then, before the shadow of illness fell upon him, his colleagues noted a certain audacity in his thinking, a willingness to challenge established paradigms and to venture into theoretical territories where others hesitated to tread. He was less interested in solving existing problems than in finding new, more fundamental ones to explore, a characteristic that would define his entire scientific career. The universe, in its infinite complexity, often presents us with challenges that seem to defy our understanding, our resilience. For Stephen Hawking, then a vibrant 21-year-old on the cusp of groundbreaking research at Cambridge, such a challenge arrived not from the distant cosmos, but from within his own neuromuscular system. He began experiencing uncharacteristic clumsiness, a faltering in his gait, a subtle but persistent betrayal by his own body. These were the early insidious whispers of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, a progressive neurodegenerative disease that attacks the nerve cells responsible for controlling voluntary muscles. The diagnosis, when it came, was a thunderclap, a brutal interruption to a life brimming with intellectual promise. The prognosis delivered by the medical establishment was stark, a chilling countdown, 2 years, perhaps a little more, to live. Imagine the weight of such a sentence, the cosmic cruelty of it, a mind eager to unravel the universe's deepest secrets, now seemingly trapped in a body destined for rapid decline. It's a moment that could shatter the strongest of spirits, and indeed Hawking initially fell into a profound depression, questioning the purpose of pursuing his doctorate if he wouldn't live to see its completion. The universe he so longed to understand suddenly felt indifferent, even hostile. Yet it is in these moments of abyssal darkness that the human spirit sometimes finds its most tenacious light, its most profound reason to endure. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, a shift began. The encouragement of his doctoral advisor, Dennis Sciama, the burgeoning love for Jane Wilde, who would become his first wife, and an unquenchable innate thirst for knowledge began to pull him back from the brink. He realized that while his body might fail him, his mind remained a powerful instrument, a vessel capable of traversing galaxies of thought. He began to adapt, to find new ways to work, to communicate, to exist. The disease progressed, relentlessly stealing his mobility, his voice. But it could not silence the symphony of ideas playing out within his extraordinary brain. His determination became his new motor system, his intellect, his new voice, echoing louder than any physical ailment. With a renewed, almost defiant sense of purpose, Stephen Hawking plunged into the deepest mysteries of the cosmos, his physical limitations fading into the background as his theoretical explorations took center stage. His early work, often in collaboration with the brilliant mathematician Roger Penrose, focused on singularities, points in space-time where the known laws of physics break down, where gravity becomes infinitely strong. They demonstrated with mathematical rigor that under the conditions of general relativity, singularities were not just theoretical curiosities, but an inevitable consequence of gravitational collapse, such as in the formation of black holes and, crucially, potentially at the very beginning of our universe, the Big Bang itself. This was a profound insight, reshaping our understanding of cosmic origins and ultimate fates. Then came what is perhaps his most startling and revolutionary contribution, Hawking radiation. For decades, black holes were considered the ultimate cosmic vacuum cleaners, entities so dense that nothing, not even light, could escape their gravitational clutches. They were by definition black. But Hawking, by ingeniously weaving together the disparate threads of general relativity, the theory of the very large and quantum mechanics, the theory of the very small, proposed something extraordinary. He showed that due to quantum effects near the event horizon, the black hole's point of no return, black holes are not entirely black. They should, in fact, emit a faint thermal radiation, causing them to slowly lose mass and, over unimaginable timescales, eventually evaporate. This idea was a thunderbolt, suggesting that black holes have a temperature, a life cycle, and are not eternal prisons. This relentless quest to understand the fundamental nature of reality propelled him towards the grand ambition of a theory of everything, a single, elegant framework that could unify all the fundamental forces and particles in nature. He explored the no-boundary proposal with James Hartle, suggesting that the universe has no initial singularity, no edge in time, much like the surface of a sphere has no edge. While a complete theory of everything remains elusive, Hawking's contributions laid critical groundwork, pushing the boundaries of theoretical physics and inspiring generations to continue the search for this ultimate cosmic blueprint. He dared to ask if the universe had a beginning, and if so, what happened before it, transforming these from purely philosophical ponderings into legitimate scientific inquiries. While his theories were reshaping the landscape of theoretical physics, Stephen Hawking possessed a rare gift, the ability to communicate these incredibly complex ideas to a vast global audience. This found its most potent expression in his 1988 masterpiece, A Brief History of Time from the Big Bang to Black Holes. This book was a publishing phenomenon, an unprecedented bestseller that catapulted cosmology from the esoteric realm of academia into the popular consciousness. Millions of readers who might never have otherwise encountered concepts like singularities or the arrow of time were captivated by his clear, accessible prose and his audacious exploration of the universe's grandest questions. It wasn't just a book about science. It was an invitation to wonder, The success of A Brief History of Time was not an isolated event. Hawking continued to share his insights through other influential works, such as The Universe in a Nutshell, which further elaborated on cutting-edge physics with stunning illustrations, and The Grand Design, co-authored with Leonard Mlodinow, which explored the concept of a self-creating universe without the need for a divine instigator. Each publication served to demystify the cosmos, to break down the perceived barriers between complex science and the public's understanding. He believed passionately that everyone had a right to comprehend the universe they inhabited, and he worked tirelessly despite his physical challenges to make that possible, to share the thrill of discovery with the world. Beyond the world of best-selling books, Stephen Hawking became an unlikely but beloved pop culture icon. His synthesized voice, his instantly recognizable silhouette in his wheelchair became symbols of indomitable intellect and resilience. He made memorable guest appearances on shows like Star Trek: The Next Generation, playing poker with Einstein and Newton, and lent his distinct persona to The Simpsons and The Big Bang Theory, often with a delightful sense of self-deprecating humor. This willingness to engage with popular culture further amplified his message, making him not just a revered scientist, but a familiar and inspirational figure to people from all walks of life, a true ambassador of science to the world. The sheer brilliance of Stephen Hawking's contributions to our understanding of the cosmos did not go unrecognized by the scientific community and the world at large. His career was adorned with a constellation of prestigious awards and honors, each a testament to the profound impact of his work. He received the Albert Einstein Award, the Wolf Prize in Physics, the Copley Medal from the Royal Society, one of its oldest and most esteemed honors, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian award in the United States. These accolades underscored the revolutionary nature of his theories on black holes, cosmic inflation, and the fundamental laws governing our universe, placing him firmly in the pantheon of scientific giants. Interestingly, the Nobel Prize in Physics, an honor many felt he richly deserved, eluded him. This was largely because Nobel Prizes are typically awarded for theories that have been unequivocally confirmed by experimental observation, and the phenomena Hawking described, such as the evaporation of black holes via Hawking radiation, occur on timescales or at energy levels that are currently beyond our capacity to directly detect. However, the absence of this specific prize does little to diminish the colossal scale of his scientific legacy. He fundamentally altered the discourse in cosmology and theoretical physics, opening up entirely new avenues of research and inspiring countless scientists to follow in his intellectual wake, to probe deeper into the mysteries he so brilliantly illuminated. Beyond the equations and the accolades, Hawking's most enduring legacy might be the sheer force of his example. He became a global symbol of human resilience, a beacon demonstrating that the power of the human mind can transcend even the most severe physical limitations. His life story taught us about courage in the face of unimaginable adversity, about the unyielding pursuit of knowledge, and about the importance of maintaining a sense of humor and wonder, even when confronted with life's harshest realities. He inspired not just aspiring physicists, but people everywhere to look up at the stars and question their place in the universe, to strive, to explore, and to never give up on the quest for understanding. Amidst the grand theories and cosmic explorations, Stephen Hawking left us with words that resonate far beyond the realm of physics, words that speak to the core of the human condition. He once said, and I urge you to let this sink in, however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. These are not the words of someone who had an easy path, but of a mind that stared into the abyss of profound physical limitation and found within itself an entire universe of potential. It's a philosophy born from the crucible of extreme challenge, a testament to an unyielding spirit. Consider his own life, the very embodiment of this powerful assertion. Diagnosed with a debilitating disease and given a grim prognosis, he could have succumbed to despair. The universe might have seemed to close its doors to him, yet he chose not to focus on what he couldn't do, but on what he could do. And what he could do was think, question, calculate, and imagine on a scale few have ever achieved. He found his something in the elegant language of mathematics and the vast expanse of the cosmos, and he succeeded in ways that have forever changed our understanding of reality. His life wasn't just about surviving ALS, it was about thriving intellectually in spite of it. This message, therefore, extends to every single one of us, regardless of the scale of our personal challenges. Life will undoubtedly present difficulties, obstacles that seem insurmountable, moments where the path forward is obscured. But Hawking's enduring wisdom reminds us that within each of us lies a capacity for action, for creation, for success in some endeavor. It's a call to cultivate our curiosity, to nurture our determination, and to have the courage to pursue that something, that unique contribution only we can make. His journey urges us to look beyond our limitations, to find our own stars to navigate by, and to never ever stop asking why. Stephen Hawking's journey through space-time, both the physical universe he studied and the personal timeline he navigated with such extraordinary will, serves as a profound testament to the limitless potential of the human mind. He faced a reality that would have crushed most, yet he soared, his intellect unchained, exploring the very origins of time and the enigmatic nature of black holes. He showed us that the cosmos within can be as vast and wondrous as the cosmos without, and that the quest for knowledge is one of the most powerful forces in existence, capable of bending even the harshest of realities to its will. His life reminds us, with an eloquence that transcends words, that determination, boundless curiosity, and unyielding courage are not just admirable qualities, but essential tools for navigating the complexities of existence. They are the engines that can propel us over seemingly insurmountable obstacles, allowing us to achieve what once seemed impossible. Stephen Hawking didn't just teach us about the universe, he taught us about what it means to be human, to strive, to question, and to find meaning even in the face of profound adversity. He became a beacon, illuminating the path for all who dare to dream and explore. So, as we look up at the night sky, at the silent, glittering testament to the universe's grandeur, let us carry with us the spirit of Stephen Hawking. Let his life inspire us to ask our own big questions, to pursue our own understanding, and to never let the perceived limitations of our circumstances define the boundaries of our aspirations. The universe is vast and its secrets are many, but the human capacity to explore it, driven by that insatiable curiosity he so embodied, is perhaps its most remarkable phenomenon of all. Keep looking up.